Hi people, I want to show you what happens if you get an assignment wrong and think you're done. You have unlimited tries for your homework, and if you get stuck going forward and you still see something wrong, the solution is to click on similar problems. I'll make a mistake here and submit it, and I think they give you 2 or 3 tries, and then after which, if you click final, you have to, I'll try to make a mistake here. What do we want to do? We want to prepare a balance sheet. Okay, so typically you would put the name of the company and tell somebody it's a balance sheet, and you put the date, the date that your position is shown as off. So that part is right. So now I'll make a mistake, and let's suppose that I enter cash here at 35,000. But I'll screw it up and enter 34, and I think I can check my answer, and I'm not going to take too much time, but if I check the answer, it's going to tell me no good. It'll give me a couple of more tries. Here, I'll put 33. I'll put 3,400. So I tried again, and I'm still wrong. Okay, so I check the answer, no good. Okay. I think they'll give me one more, but I'm not even sure. Here, I'll put 340 in there, and you know that I'm wrong. So if you click that final check, they are telling you that's not correct. And let me just show you what would help, what would you would see if you went back to your. But let me tell you this: you'd have to go to similar question at this point in order to get it correct. But let me see if I can show you what your homework would look like in the solution. So what they do is they show you the solution. You want to leave this site? No, let's just stay on the site here. Okay, so the solution shows you all the correct and the completed work for that particular problem. But let me just minimize that and show you that, in fact, I made a mistake. I believe it was that one, and you'll see that wrong sign there. Okay, the only way to get that fixed in your pursuit of getting 100 would be to click on it again. You can't correct anything you did, okay? So you're stuck right here because you gave it that final check. The only way to get better at this is to click on similar questions, so that and it gives you a new problem, but you know the names and numbers have been changed. Otherwise, it's the same exercise. But hopefully, you've had a learning experience going through what you did, and now you're going to try to get it right. Okay, good job. So now I'll do a cash and get it right this time. Cash equipment, that's going to be in there. And those are the only 2 assets, and I'm going to try to get it right. You see my grade right now, 36.75 for everything that I've done personally. This is my activity to me. So I'm going to put 66,000 in the cash field, and the equipment is 40,000. So get that right. All right, so that should total 100,000 on the left side. Again, I'm going to try to get this right to prove my point, and watch that score go up. All righty, so that the liabilities I see here are accounts payable 14.5. So I click accounts payable, enter the 14,500 in that field, and you have to figure out the capital by knowledge of your accounting equation, so that if I don't know what the owner's equity is, I know it's going to be called B. Rocher Capital here, but I don't have the answer up here. But your knowledge of the equation, okay, your knowledge of the equation would be to take your calculator or do it in your head or pencil and paper, and if you don't know how to plug, what you have to do, get out of here, let me do this. Come on, get over here, you. And you come down here. Okay, so that your equation is A equals L plus OE, so that the other, the difference between the liabilities and the assets is the owner's claim. The creditors have a claim of 14,500. The owner has a claim of the difference. So that if we take 100,000, where are we here? If we take 100,000, 100,000, and subtract the 14,500, okay, get that out of there, okay, and subtract the 14,500, you're going to get the 85,500, I think, whatever it would be. So minus the 14,500, okay, equals, and that's your 85,500, which, you know, however you do it, you do it. So that goes into the capital field, 85,500, okay? Now, of course, if you add back that 85,500, so A minus L equals OE, then you can express the equation A equals L plus OE, which of course has to be 100,000 for it to be correct, 0, 0, 0. Now, when I check the answer, you see my grade right now? And that was from before where I made the mistake. So I check the answer. Uh-oh, total assets is incorrect. What the hell did I do? Oh, 66. Okay, good. All right, well, there you go. That's why the program is good, because it stops you. And again, I would have 3 attempts, so it'd be 106, wouldn't it? Okay, so there's the 106, and imagine that, right? I should have, let me kill this and redo it. All right, so you see how I make the mistakes like some other people do as well. So let's get that 100,000 out of there and do it right this time. 106, 106,000 minus 14,500, 145. That's all correct now, isn't it? Okay. We'll give you the owner's equity of 91,500. Now, of course, you're back to A equals L plus OE, so that if I added the 14,500 and the 91,500, I think I can see it at 106. Okay, so A now equals L plus OE. 5 5's 10, 1 4's 5, 1 6, 1 9's 10. I think I'm good. Check answer. I'm good. And 36,750. When I hit the next question, I think you're going to see that go up. There you go. So you see what I mean, how I just increased the grade? So that if you do a final, you can't go back and correct a specific problem. You have to go to a similar problem, and you get the 2 or 3 tries to fix that up. And when you get it all correct, you can see the bump in your score. Okay? So I hope that helps some people. I know we had someone in my face-to-face class yesterday, and we figured out how to solve that problem. So the answer is you do have unlimited attempts in your homework, but if you submit a final and the final is wrong, you have to select similar question, and you can keep doing that until you get the 100 in that particular problem, and then it'll show up as correct. You won't see any leave the page, so you don't see any boo-boos over here. So for what I did so far, everything is 100% correct. Okay, I hope that if you've been confused on that, I hope it clears you up. Thanks.